All right, guys. Another really quick video on the power of Victor and another elite tip to get past this event. MutaBeast Hunter, right? As you get up in higher levels, obviously the monsters get stronger, and then, every extra bit of damage counts. So again, Victor, when he reaches 5 stars, and I'll show you right here, this third skill gets up to 30% extra damage when increasing monsters. So you have to max them out, which isn't really hard to do, right? I also maxed all of these out. Now, adding Victor to your main truck, 90, I won't give a percentage, but a lot of the time, I like at least 95%. And obviously I didn't do the math, but it's going to work because these monsters that we're fighting, there's no bases. They're not fighters, they're not shooters, they're not anything, right? So it doesn't matter. Like my first truck is all shooters. But what most people do is they'll add Victor to their first truck, but they don't change his equipment. So I gave Victor, my 5th shooter, which was Evans. I gave him all his equipment and then switch Evans' equipment back to Victor. This is what Victor had outside of it, right? So he has all the equipment, so it gives him a fighting chance. Now, my first truck, with my 5 shooters, it's pretty strong. It's like 780, right? But right now I am at 797, right? And you can see this is Daunting Battle. Never mind my CP now. Your CP is going to be much lower with Victor in it, but that's not going to include the 30% extra damage. If you were to try to do this without Victor and your truck was 677 and you fought, a monster that was 797, there's no chance in hell that you're going to win. So we're going to go ahead and fight this and see if we can actually win this battle. And if we are, I already know that we're stronger with Victor in it, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys that we're stronger with Victor in there, right? Because if I use my regular shooters, my top 5 shooters, I would not be able to beat this. Because again, my first truck is like it's like 750 or something like that. Actually, after this battle, I'll show you exactly. Because I might even be lying about that. It might not even be that high. Because I don't think I'm that close to 800. All right, so boom. He went red first. So it's looking like I'm going to carry this out. So again, he was 797. And with Victor, we're able to beat that, even though it was about 130 more million more CP. And I lost the 5 shooter buff that I would have in there. All right, so if we go back to our heroes, we'll take off this equipment here. We'll put it back on Evan. And we'll just see what our first truck is again. Do March. We'll take him off, and then we'll go here. So actually only 738. So there's no way my 738 would be able to beat a 797. So just think about it. Basically took my first truck, instead of 738, it's at least 800 in real CP, right? That's why I was able to beat that 797, right? So I'm going to go back because I have to finish that. So not only does it make you stronger, but it also saves you a ton of energy, right? So instead of regular attacks being 10, it goes to 8. And instead of rally attacks, which you're going to have to use a lot of rally attacks, being 20, it only ends up being 15. And over, a span of the amount of attacks, because I think you have to kill about 50 of these things, it's going to save a lot of energy, especially if you're in the newer age, the newer stages of the game. All right. So if you are struggling on one of the last couple of MutaBeasts and you almost beating it, try this out. Try it to attack the single MutaBeast, and then try it when you're also doing rallies too. Your rallies also should be stronger because of that. Although it won't look like it on paper, it will say, this is a daunting battle, but nobody wins daunting battles unless you have Victor inside of your truck. All right, later guys, try this out.